That's not the way it works. Like the more people that you really help and communicate with, ultimately the more business you end up doing. This is what happens when you're different, when nobody believes in you, when you can't conform, when you dream, when you fight, when you're vulnerable, when you're obsessed, when they tell you, you can't do it, kid, when you fail, only to succeed. This is the rise of the Handsome Homebuyer. This is, dude, you haven't seen anything. You don't even know what you're getting into.
I want to show you the space first, just so you see what we're doing here. This is Joe Carbonell, Community Joe.
Hey, Community Joe.
Such a pleasure to meet you.
You got great hair, man.
Thank you.
Really nice to meet you. Jesus.
I watch all your stuff.
Thank you.
I know you just spoke about it this morning, so.
Nice. No, I appreciate that. Thank you.
I watch it every day.
Nice.
I'm having lunch with Brian Carpenter there and go, my protege's zooming with your protege.
Yeah.
And it's amazing.
That's
like,
awesome.
The shit I'm teaching him, he's sharing with Brian's people, and vice versa.
Vice versa.
And it should. And we're all doing more business, man. Like people think like, oh, if I tell them my secret, like I'm gonna do less business. That's not the way it works. Like the more people that you really help and communicate with, ultimately the more business you end up doing.
Yeah.
As I'm trying to not eat ice cream, I walk in here. This is very smart.
Can you eat frozen yogurt?
I'm just trying to eat. I can eat it all and want to eat it all. I'm just trying to not. What's in here?
You want me to go scissor?
No. Don't open it up.
Let him see. Let him see.
Fuck.
No, I'm gonna teach you.
No, why would-
Really weak.
I'm very weak. There's certain things I'm very weak about, and this is one of them. Oh, really, dude? Really? You want in on this? Yeah. Levy's like, you don't have to threaten me.
Come on in.
Levy's like, you don't have to threaten me with a good
That's
time.
the lid.
That is beautiful. I'm gonna refrain, at least for now.
The camera eats first. Do it for the gram.
Okay, so I know we just put out a video that's the worst house ever, and we say this regularly. Oh, this is the worst house of all time. This, hands down, is the worst house I think we have ever seen. This thing is literally disintegrating. Levy, can I get a hell yeah on this? This thing is literally disintegrating. You can't get around the side of the house because the hedges are so thick that you need to like cut your way through with a machete or crawl on the floor. We're gonna sneak around the right side because I think I saw a little opening, but all I see is cat food, animal cages, and from the pictures I saw, it looks like somebody drove through the back of the house with a bobcat. So we're gonna go and check this thing out, see exactly how bad it is, see if we can actually save it before closing on this thing, or does it have to get ripped down? Which I don't think it can really get ripped down because as per the health department, we don't have the required width and square footage to build a house here. So super complicated deal, but if you want to do a lot of deals, you have to be able to take stuff like this and turn them into deals. So let's see if we can not get Lyme disease and get into this house. It's bad, and this is like the better side. Fucking stinks like animal piss. Wow. This is really bad. Like really fucking bad. This is the worst house of all time. There's fucking raccoon shit. There's gotta be fleas in here. Motherfucker, there's gotta be fleas in here. I fucking hate fleas. Bro, we're not going in here. Why is it that I have to dress nice on days when we see shit like this? I mean, bro, this is awful. Like fucking awful. Like as bad as it gets. This is hands down the most disgusting thing I've ever seen. It literally looks like somebody drove through the wall with a bobcat. This place is filled, soup to nuts with garbage. There's raccoon shit, flies, just human shit. I mean, you can't even get into the kitchen. You can't walk through the aisle. Like, the house is disintegrating, fucking rotting everywhere. The bushes are so heavy that there's like 3 feet from the house to the tree line, and the lot goes 200 feet deep, and you can't see it. Hands down the worst house of all time, there's no question. Huge hole in the back of the house. Guy was supposedly living in a house like that. There's a basement, I can't even find it. Waist-high garbage, fleas, raccoon shit, water. The house is literally disintegrating. but the good news is we're gonna make it beautiful. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter how shitty it is. I'm quick, I'm easy. What's the last line, Levy? I'm a good time. I wanna buy it. Very challenging house. Actually used to be medical office, so it was a split with a really, really funky layout. And this is where we prefer to buy. I mean, I'll buy pretty much anything that makes money, obviously, but I prefer to buy stuff that's completely trashed. Because when it's completely trashed, you can gut it, reimagine the space, and then frame it out in a way that's functional and works for today's buyer. This is a perfect example of that. This property was used as like an old dentist's office or an old doctor's office or something like that. It was very choppy and weird, and basically we had to sit here, reimagine the entire space, gut everything, and I think we achieved a really great layout that will allow for a legal accessory apartment, because we're out in Suffolk County and they do allow that, legal accessory apartment downstairs, and a fully functional 3 bedrooms for the main family upstairs. So let's check it out, see how Leo and the boys are doing. This is High Ranch-esque. It's a split, but it's kind of High Ranch-esque, the way they bury it in the side of this hill over here. So this is a perfect setup. People love these things. One family upstairs, and you rent the downstairs, or you have extended family downstairs, so this is perfect. You walk in the side entrance, separate entrance, open living space. We bury the plumbing for a second kitchen in the wall. This way, if somebody wants to pop in plumbing, they can do that, and they have the second kitchen, but you have this big open space. So you can have your kitchen there, dining area, living area, etc. Or you could just have it as a den, hangout area, whatever that is, if you're taking up the entire house and you're not renting the lower level. We have additional bedrooms downstairs. So, bathroom here. We got 1, 2, 3 decent sized yet kind of weird bedrooms, but it works. We got 3 bedrooms downstairs, 3 bedrooms upstairs, so it's perfect. We know the area, we know what kind of buyer is gonna take this, and that's really important. You have to know who the end buyer is gonna be, you have to know the area. This way you can design and cater to those people. So we're up on the main level. Guys did an awesome job. Right in this area here is where the kitchen used to be. So there was a wall here, you had a very tiny kitchen. People don't like that. They don't like small kitchens. They don't like these little compartmentalized rooms. So Leo and the team did a sick job. Cathedral to ceilings always makes the space look bigger. They moved the kitchen to that corner, which we do often. The key is to get the kitchens away from the doors. Past, when they designed these houses, the kitchens were centered around the doors. They had galley kitchens or these tiny little L-shaped kitchens. The best thing to do if you have to gut renovate a house and you're moving and doing everything anyway is get the kitchen away from the door, even if it's not in its original area. If you can't move the door, because in this case, there's a deck outside, there's a concrete stoop, it would cost too much money to do that. It's more cost effective and you get a better job if you just move it here. So now you have more wall space, you have the big L-shaped section. We've got electric coming out of the floor, which means the island's gonna be right here, and you have this big open entertaining space. Dining room, living room, den downstairs, 3 bedrooms downstairs, and let's see what else we got here. Main bathroom, nicey nice. And 1, 2, 3 solid bedrooms. Again, the flooring, as you can see, is terrible in this house. They had painted over it with like tar or black paint or something, and it couldn't be repaired. We replaced the flooring in the main area, and in the 3 bedrooms, we're gonna put carpet. At this price point in this area with this particular buyer, we could do it, it makes sense, and it's not gonna ultimately affect the after repair value.